Your mountain pose, ladies. Feet are forward facing, hip width. Press down to those feet. Engage up the back body. Shoulders externally rotate and drop down. The neck is long. Head and neck come back into alignment. Inhale, arms move back and out and up overhead. Exhale to your heart. We're going to take it down to the ground now. Ladies, let's take a seat and get your blankets. Let's fold our blankets, make a nice cushion, and take a seat down. I'm going to take just the left leg off to the side. Now I'm using my blanket. If my knee was very high, I would put another towel or blanket underneath or a block underneath that knee. I can raise my seat up, but I'm also trying to slide to the front edge of the seat to encourage my pelvic bowl to stay neutral at the very least and not to tip backwards. My toes are pointing up, staying forward facing. Slide that left hand down, reach close to the foot, the shin, the ankle, or if you can grab the toes themselves, just great. Take that right arm out wide. Try to get a big wingspan here. And again, take that right arm beside your ear. Palm is facing the direction your crown is pointing. Good. I'm going to lead with this lifted arm to bring me forward into a one-legged forward fold, wide forward fold. Now this brings a lot of sensation into my inner groin, my inner knee. To ease up on that sensation, you can move to the side, but we're not doing anything beneficial here for the lengthening of the muscles and the tendons here. So I'm going to sweep my weight over towards the left seat, the seat with the extended leg. I'm going to come back up onto my side. I sweep back over that leg. I'm still facing forward, big stretch, and lead with that top arm, come forward. Notice how I move this hand a little to the side to push into it, to keep me honest, to keep me in that stretch. One more time. I'm going to sweep up onto my side over that leg, and then I come back to the front again. And let's come up. Take a tiny little baby twist just around to the right. Look over your right shoulder and come back to the front. Switch legs. Left heel in front of the pubic bone. Extend the right leg off to the side. Try to have a nice open angle. Toes are pointing up. I'm going to slide my hand down. Reach down as close to the foot as I can, or grab the foot if possible. And take that other arm out wide. Make a big wingspan here. Take that left arm over the side of the ear. Front body's facing forward. I'm trying to still lengthen this under right side as I lengthen and stretch the left as well. Leading with this top arm, I'm coming to the front. I'm trying to lean forward. Oh, now I'm very tight here. So to ease up on that stretch, I sweep away from it. But when I'm ready and brave, I push into that hand, try to shift my weight to that side of the seat so that I can get the benefits of the stretch in the inner leg. I'm going to come back to that side stretch. Bring that left arm over the side of the head. Try to lengthen your torso over that leg. And then come forward with that top arm. Try to get a little lower. Your belly might rest on that left foot. That's okay. One more time. Sweep over that right leg. Big side stretch. Deep breath here. Lengthening the torso, reaching, and top arm reaches forward. And we come into some sensation into that forward fold. Remember, we're targeting this whole inside right leg. Let's come back up, do a little half twist, baby twist around to the left, and come back to the front. Now, just for a moment, bring both feet back together, and this time, bring those heels a little closer to your base. Hold on to the tops of the feet. The thumbs reach into the insteps, and we want to almost open our little feet like a stinky book. So I want to try to peel apart my insteps. Also, a little pressure between the outer heels, squeezing towards the midline, will actually activate a deeper stretch in my inner groin muscles, my adductor muscles. You can also take a little forward tip. Now notice, when I tip forward here, I'm not leaving my pelvis behind and just bringing my head forward. I'm actually tipping my pelvic bowl forward. I can use my arms to help pull me forward. And then I come up. I'm feeling a lot of sensation and stretch out here. Be sure your pelvic bowl moves. If you're quite tight, you might not go very far. resist the urge to bring the head forward. Just focus on how far forward your pelvic bowl can go. Good. And then we come up, and this is all to get ready for our double-legged wide stretch. So I take both legs out. Now notice some of you might get those annoying little cramps in the gluteus medius, the love handles, right? Just rub them out or pause and then continue. But let's try to keep those legs wide, toes pointing up, legs straight, sitting up tall. I'm using my blanket as a little wedge into my seat. I'm going to walk my hands out. Now it's not just my upper body that's coming forward, but my whole pelvic bowl is tipping forward like my belly button is trying to get closer to the floor. So let's sweep to the side again. Reach over to the left. Bring that right arm over the side of the head. Deep breath in, look up. Exhale, lead with that top arm. Come to the middle and stay. Both hands in front. Sweep the right hand out to the right foot. Roll onto your side like a barrel. Bring that left arm over the side of the head. Deep breath in. Exhale, lead with that top arm. Come back to the middle. We're not really escaping sensation. When we go to the side, right, the stretch increases on that side, and we come to the middle, it's even Steven, and then we go to the other side and bring the stretch more pronounced on that side, the inner leg, and then come back to the middle. Come back up. Good. Bring your feet back together. Bring those heels a little closer to your base. Shoulder blades down the back, neck is long. Deep breath in. Exhale, let's tip forward one last time. And then we come back up. We're going to turn it around, guys, and come onto our backs. Being on the back is not terrible unless you're very, very far on in your pregnancy and it's uncomfortable. I'll give you some modifications after, but let's see if you can handle this. We're only going to be on our backs for a short while for our bridge work for posterior chain activation. This is the safe way to get down on the floor, on your back when you're pregnant. We lower down to a side, onto the forearm, and we ease ourselves out. We roll to the back. Get the heels beneath your knees. The arms are at our sides. Palms are up. Pelvic bowl tips backwards. We want to have this low back arch flattened to the floor. Likewise, tuck your chin in so the back of the neck is lengthened too. On the inhale, we press into our feet and we lift our bottoms off the floor, squeezing those posterior muscles. Exhale, we come down with a flat back. Inhale, press into the feet. Make sure your knees are over your ankles. We don't want them too far out or too close in. Just right, Goldilocks. And then we come back down, flattening that low back arch. Again, inhale, we lift, we squeeze. Don't be afraid to lift the weight a little higher up to your shoulder blades. Make some space between the backs of your ribs and the floor. And then we roll back down. Good. Separate the feet the width of the mat and windshield wipe. Again, people with sciatica might not like this, in which case you would do the knees inward and the knees outward. But if you're okay without the sciatica, just windshield wipe those knees side to side. We're going to roll over to the side. Palm pushes into the floor and we come up. That's how we get up off the floor safely when you're pregnant. All right, so one of the other postures that we could practice, this is a little bit challenging if you don't have all the yoga props, is a pigeon pose. And I'm going to show you with just my blanket and with blocks. Right? So I'm going to fold my blanket up pretty thick. I'm going to do this. I'll reverse my signs for you with the right leg. I'm bringing my right knee to the outside edge of my mat, right? Much like our warm-up position. I'm going to come up onto my hands and place the blanket underneath my seat, my pelvis. Now this left leg, I'm going to extend directly out behind me. Now if you have quite a big belly, if you're limited here for space, what you could do is use blocks. You can use blocks to raise the seat and also raise your back leg. I put it underneath my thigh, lengthwise, just above my knee. You can use this extra cushion to raise you up, to rest on your forearms, top of the foot down, trying to level the pelvis out. This will bring extreme stretch in the outer hip and the glutes of that front leg. Now showing you a front visual here. One of the mistaken things is that that front knee is too close into midline. We need, and your belly needs the space to open that knee wider. Now your foot might be under your pubic bone, but ideally we'd like to have it up higher, closer to the top of the mat, in which case, right, my knee is quite far out to the side. My back leg is directly behind me, and I'm working on lengthening, getting that knee a little further back so I can settle on my support. Okay, we do that on the other side. So I'm going to have my blocks within reach. I bring the left knee to the outer edge of the mat, which is horizontal to you. I'm going to use either a blanket or a block to raise my pelvis up, if need be, to make room for my belly, and take that back right leg, extend it down the mat, and curl the toes under. Try to make it long. Again, if you're raising yourself up, it's because you need more room for your belly, right? You can use the blocks and use the block under that back leg as well, and use some kind of cushion or pillow to raise you up here to rest on your forearm. That front knee is open wide enough to the side to allow room for your belly, and that front heel, the closer it is to your pubic bone, the less stretch you get. So ideally, we'd like to scooch that sucker out a little bit to get more sensation of stretch. Okay? Pigeon pose. Feel free to stay here as long as you would like. All right, to roll out of this, all right, remove my props. I swing my legs back in front, and let's come back together with, right, that nice diamond shape, feet 2 lengths of a hand away from your base, sitting up nice and tall, neck is long. Exhale, roll back in the seat. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And namaste. After your practice, you might like to try a nice 5 minutes of quiet lying. Lying down on your back might be an issue, so lying on the side for Shavasana is doable. You just need a cushion or a blanket or a pillow to lay down in front of your bottom leg. You throw that top leg over. You get block or cushion under your head. The bottom arm reaches back almost like a chicken wing. And we rest the side of the head on the floor like so. And that would be your relaxation. All right. I hope you got some movement, some good movement in. I hope, right, you got those joints working, activated muscles in the posterior body to help keep you in good alignment for the whole day. Check back to the website, and hopefully we'll be starting some live classes soon. I wish you all happiness, health, and a sane COVID-19 lockdown. Namaste.